No good cops in a racist system. 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 No good cops in a racist system.
Want
justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Do you want it next year?
No.
Do you want it tomorrow?
No.
Do you want it next week?
No.
Do you want it next month?
No.
They killed this boy a little over 48 hours ago. And their response was to put up a blue line flag. I'm going to say that again.
Fuck the police!
The Brooklyn Center Police Department publicly executed a 20-year-old black man, and their response was to put up a blue line flag. I'm going to say it one more time because we ain't in Mississippi, we ain't in Louisiana, we ain't in Arkansas, we ain't in Alabama. Y'all think you're not racist? We think this state ain't racist. We think Tim Walz is going to do something. You thought Mayor Fry was going to do something. I'll say it again. The Brooklyn Center Police Department in 2021 publicly executed a young black man, and their response was to put up a blue line flag.
Fuck the police!
Think about that. Now y'all are out here for a reason, because enough is enough. Y'all are activated.
Enough is enough!
And the reason why that flag is down is because of all of you. Kim Potter was part of the police longer than Dante was alive. I'll say it one more time. Kim Potter was a police officer longer than Dante was alive. She had more time on the force to know what to do than Dante had lived experience, so you can't tell me that was an accident. That wasn't no accident, brother. You're right. You're right. If you don't know the difference between a taser and a pistol, the fuck up out of here.
Get the fuck out of here!
You shouldn't have a job. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
And now I'm going to give it up to one of the community leaders that called this emergency action today, Nikema Levy Armstrong. Come and speak to these people.
And looking specifically at what happened to Dante Wright, which is unacceptable, it's unconscionable, it's disgusting, it was preventable. So that's why we out here. I want to lift up the young people, because y'all been holding it down since Sunday. You've been braving tear gas, rubber bullets, flashbang grenades, and everything else. Arrests.
I've been taking them.
He's been catching those rubber bullets. We will stand up, we will rise up, we will fight, we will do whatever it takes until our change comes. So that's why we out here today. And speaking of change, I want to remind us of what has happened since we came out here Sunday after Dante was killed. We demanded that the city manager for the city of Brooklyn Center be fired because he was in charge of the police department. And guess what? He got fired. Period. We also demanded that the police chief, who we felt was defensive, who was responsible for all the lights being turned off when we showed up here on Sunday night, he was responsible for the tear gas. He was responsible for those flashbang grenades and those rubber bullets that hurt people. And he was unapologetic about that. So we said, oh, hell no, you got to go. And guess what? He's gone. He resigned as of today. Period. And then when we were at the press conference yesterday asking who was the cop who murdered Dante, they tried to tell us they couldn't release that information.
Fuck that.
We said the devil is a liar. You will release that information. That is public data. She wasn't walking around anonymous when she was driving from Champlain to the city of Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center. She wasn't anonymous then when she was pulling people over for some damn air freshener hanging on their mirror. She wasn't anonymous when she pretended that she mistook her gun for a taser. So we said, you're not finna be anonymous today, boo. Who are you? And so finally the truth came out. Kim Potter was on the chopping block to be fired, and she tried to hurry up and resign. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not satisfied with the resignation.
No.
You spent 26 years
Hell no.
on the Brooklyn Center Police Department. You became a trainer, teaching people how to do their job. You helped cover up the murder of Kobe Heisler on the part of the Brooklyn Center Police. And now you want to go run and hide and resign and wait to join another police department? Somebody say hell no. She needs to be fired. And that's what we said to the mayor of Brooklyn Center, that she needs to be fired. I hope the city council is listening. She needs to be fired. I hope the post board is listening. She needs to be fired, and her license to remain as a police officer needs to be stripped away. Because clearly she's unfit. If you can't tell the difference between a gun and a taser, you're not fit to be patrolling these streets. Putting our lives in danger. Putting the lives of our black boys and our black men and our black girls and our black women and our indigenous men and our indigenous women and children in danger. Hell no. You gotta go. So change has happened since we have been out here on Sunday. But it's not the end of the story. We want to stop police from killing black people, brown people, indigenous people, Hmong people, people with disabilities. They need to stop. And if you're not capable of treating people with dignity, go find a new profession. There's plenty of jobs out here. You don't need to be patrolling the streets. So we're going to continue to show up. We're going to continue to demand justice. We're going to continue to go to the halls of power. We were just on a call with Governor Walz before we got here. There's other organizers on their way. Because we put forward 9 bills to the legislature. Ending qualified immunity is an example. Making police have to carry their own professional liability insurance so that they can stop killing people on the taxpayers' dollars.
Yeah.
So it's a bunch of bills that we are demanding. We want an independent body to investigate police killings and not the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, because they might as well be the Bureau of Criminals. Because it's cops investigating cops, and they rubber stamp police misconduct. Somebody say that ain't right.
That ain't right.
So we are ready for change. Dante deserves us fighting tooth and nail, because he should still be alive for his son and whatever he wanted to do with his life. So we have to continue to stay vigilant. We cannot be intimidated. We can't back up. We can't back down. We got to keep fighting for justice. Black Lives Matter. I love y'all, and thank y'all for being out here.
My name is Kimberly Handy Jones. I'm the mother of Cordell Handy. My son was executed March 15, 2017 in St. Paul, Minnesota by Miko Norman and Nathaniel Yance. I come here to stand with Minnesota because Minnesota has a big part of my heart. The same pigs that took life from my son are the same pigs that took life from Dante Wright. Because see, when you see one of them, you see all of them. It ain't even about their looks, it's about how they act. But because of people like you that breathe life back into me, I'm standing here today and my boots is on the ground. Cordell life couldn't matter if Dante life didn't matter. I'm sick and tired of these murderous ass cops killing our kids. You 26 years on a police force, and you mean to tell me you don't know a taser from a fucking gun? I bet you know a black man from a white one. It'll take you how long to distinguish that? Don't give me that shit about you panicked. Don't give me that shit about it's a mistake.
That's what they train him to do.
It wasn't no mistake. You did what you meant to do. As I said, she could have been blindfolded.
Damn.
And she would know the difference from a gun and a taser, but she chose the gun. She appealed to that young man with a death sentence tell me you've been doing shit 26 years and all of a sudden you brand fucking new. No, you're not new. You true to this bullshit. And you have been racially profiling black men for years and years. And then sometimes, you know, my mind, it gets to spinning. Was this the underlay for the overplay? Did you kill this black man so you think we would take our eyes off getting George Floyd justice? You got us fucked up.
Justice for George!
All eyes closed ain't sleeping, all goodbyes ain't gone. Understand that. I'm tired of the bullshit. And the National Guard out here. For what?
What they cost.
We peacefully doing what we do.
I ain't gonna do shit.
And even though we peacefully do what we do, it don't save our kids. Peace don't do that. I come from Chicago. I'm just coming through. I got to do what I got to do. And that's fuck you, fuck you, fuck you too. I don't have time for this bullshit, people. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of our kids dying. And a lot of these motherfuckers feel like they deserved it. How the hell you deserve to be dead? Because you trying to get in your car. And he wasn't a obese young man. He was small in size. He wasn't armed. He was trying to get in his car, talking to his mama. But you know what? All about an air freshener. Well, most motherfucking pigs don't like shit that smell good anyway. But I'm telling you people, you cannot be afraid to get in the dirt when you fucking damn wrestling with pigs. We got to get in the dirt. And we can't mind getting our hands dirty. We got to do what the fuck we got to do. I'm sick of it. Fuck you looking at. You guilty by association. You guilty by association. That's right, turn your back. Because you under attack. Because we gonna get justice. You feeling attacked.
Say it one more time.
You can't stand in 1 second, but you expect us to live in it all our lives. You can turn your damn back on me.
Let him know. Let him hear you.
But God sits up high and he sees down low. He see you, foo-foo. He see you. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. I smell bitches and I see hoes. Nah, that's what the fuck it is. I'm tired of it. Ain't no more nice when talking to you all. Gloves been the fuck off. They ain't coming back on. Boots gonna stay on the ground. And we gonna march forward and we gonna keep doing what we need to do. Because justice, it shouldn't have to look like this. You all been killing us over 400 years. We've been made to protect our minds, protect our bodies. We've been made to think that it's not cool to walk down the street. It's not cool to be in your home. It's not cool to be black. Well, my skin ain't my motherfucking sin, and I'm not gonna let you all treat me like that. I'm not. And the Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so is he. She shot Daunte Wright because that's how she was raised to think, that all black people deserve the death penalty. Because you ain't had to think about pulling a damn taser from the left and a gun from the damn right. You didn't have to think about that. I know her mama taught her left from right, right to left when she was a kid.
That's easy. Yellow and black.
She's not no damn dummy. She thinks she can get away with murder, but not on our motherfucking watch. It ain't going down. It don't make sense. Yeah, she was on the force. Longest he was living, longer than he was living. But guess what? When he wasn't even a seed in his mama belly, she was on the force 6 years. But for all you white people out here that's listening and standing here for Daunte Wright, let me tell you something. Whether you got kids or you don't got kids, for my black, brown brothers and sisters If you got kids and you don't got kids, I'm fighting for your seeds before they even get here. Understand that. And I'm fighting for the seeds that are already here. I'm sick of it. We can't wait for the next time. We gotta keep marching, keep protesting, keep rallying every time.
Let them know.
Every day.
If we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no
I
peace.
got a new remix. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. Fuck 12. We don't get no justice. Not one damn people sleep. Not one. You ain't getting no sleep. Because if I can't sleep, your ass can't sleep.
Yeah, right.
Well, I know y'all mad out here standing. I know you're mad. You could have left Dante Wright with his life. So if you motherfuckers mad, be mad at Kim Potter and all them corrupt ass police. If you mad, turn your anger to them.
They want to protect her.
That's what the fuck you do.
They want to protect her.
And then you got an acting police chief that said today in the press conference when they asked what would he do different, what did he think about what happened to Dante. Oh, I can't wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, shit, all right.
The fuck you mean you can't wrap your mind around it? You need to not only wrap your fucking mind around it, because you have a fortune that me and a lot of people like me don't have. You get to go home and wrap your arms around your babies, your wife, your mama, your daddy. I can't wrap my arms around my child.
Right.
You took that from me. And since you acting, act like the fuck you care. I'm sick of it. I am sick and tired of it. And then they have the nerves to sit here and look pissed off. What are you pissed off about? That Kim Potter fucked up? You know, a lot of
That
these
they got
policemen, they're the common fucking rapists. They keep killing till the fucking DNA show up. And now your ass caught. They need, you know, people, let me just say this. You got one of the most powerfulest weapons in your hand. You have a cell phone. You have the ability to take it out, and you have the right to record. That is more powerful than any Glock, any taser. Because you know what? They claim that they wear these video cameras on their chest for transparency. Well, if it's about transparency, why don't you all let us see the videos? That not only clears you, but it clears that person. If they're wrong, it clears you. If the person wrong, then it clears you. But if you wrong, it don't clear your motherfucking ass. That's why, because you're not about transparency. I'm sick of it. And the only thing I'm shooting is shots at you motherfuckers. That's it. I'm shooting this mouthpiece. So, you know, you get mad about what the people say. If words could kill, you'd be dead. Our words ain't never killed nobody, but you all are taking out fucking Glocks for tasers and killing these kids around here.
That's what they
It ain't
do.
gonna never be right. And let me tell you, some people, I'm not your backs, I am your backs. I am your backs. And I will always be your back. One boot is worth 1,000 if you put them on the ground.
That's right.
But you can't get nothing if you're sitting around. You gotta put the boots, you gotta put them on the ground. 1 foot up, 1 foot down, put them both together, you got boots on the ground. Boots, boots, boots on the motherfucking ground. We're here to shut the shit down.
What?
Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the motherfucking ground. We're here to shut the shit down. People, I love you all. And guess what? It ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
Well, ain't no power like the power of people.
People don't stop.
That's right.
No power like the power of people, because the power of people don't stop.
That's right.
Ain't no power like the power of people, because the power of people don't stop.
That's
That's right. It's no power. It's no power. It's no power like us. You see, when we out here putting boots on the ground, we just not out here showing up and convening and being in space. We're sending a very clear clarion call out into the universe. And then some of us is taking the collective energy that y'all see all around you right now and translating that into policy and going inside of buildings like that and that city hall over there. And we are very specifically putting them demands forward. This is what we want. Make it happen. And then what do? What do they do? No, they make that shit happen. That's what they do. They don't not do shit. They make it happen because the power of people don't stop. Y'all think Kim just nicely put forward a resignation? Did she feel bad? Was she sad? Was she just overcome with emotion? Why did she do it? Why did she do it? Because of these boots on the ground. Why did that chief put in his resignation? Did he feel bad? Was he sad? He did it because of these boots on the ground. Let me break down the scientific facts here. Now, what they think is that they're going to put in these resignations, which thereby allows them to still collect upon their pension. And so now, the second stage of this is to make sure that this mayor rejects those letters of resignation. Why? What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. And so fire her. Reject that letter of resignation and terminate her. She needs to be fired, step one. And then she needs to be charged, step two. That's just step two. And then she needs to be convicted. That's step three. And then step four, during the sentencing phase, more of our voices is going to be heard. We're going to make sure that they hear us when it comes time for that step four, sentencing her. You see, we're not satisfied. Yeah, they put in them letters of resignation. Yeah, they got their eyes on that pension. They want to collect thousands upon thousands of our tax dollars until their last breath. Living easily, living nicely, living in every which way that they denied Dante. Every single way that he has been denied, they want to live in that. They want to luxuriate inside of that. Are we going for that? Are we going for that? Are we going for that? What do we want to happen with that letter of resignation? Tear it up! Tear it up! Tear it up! Because we want them terminated. We want them charged. We want them convicted. Now, we ain't just sitting around putting no pleas out into the universe. These boots that are on the ground demand justice. These boots that are on the ground demand justice. We're not just out here. We ain't just kicking it. We're not just kumbayaing. We're not just holding signs. We're sending a clear message to the power structure. We're sending a clear message to the power structure. We letting them know. We tearing this thing apart, brick by brick. We out here. Y'all in there. We coming in there. And y'all gonna hear every word we gotta say. And y'all gonna do what the hell we say. Who put that mayor in place? We did. And then we went in there and said to the mayor, who we put in place, who we came out here, we door knocked for him. We said elect him. And now we said, now that you're in there, we need you. This is the time, your time is now. Make it happen. Fire her. Make it happen. Fire him. Make it happen. Fire him too. Make it happen. And what did he do? He made that shit happen. We ain't satisfied. We told him, reject them letters. We said, fire her. It ain't too late. That's what she wants to happen. We're sick and tired of following behind what they want to happen. The people say this. The people say tear them things up. The people say terminate them. The people say charge them. That is our expectation. That is what we want. That is our demand. That is what we expect. And that is what's going to happen. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here. We're here.
For Monique Colors Doty, y'all.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Thank you to you beautiful people who've been out here standing up for justice. This is what it takes, and I appreciate all of you so very much. This is what we have done. This is what we must continue to do. So we have to understand that if we let up, that they will let the officers get away every time this happens. So it's so important that we do not get tired, that we not get scared, we do not be intimidated, but we continue to stay here, like Ms. Kim Handy Jones says, with our boots on the ground. In spite of the threats, in spite of the intimidation tactics, we know who we are. We know what we want. We want justice. We want the ability to live and to thrive. We want the same things that we see our white male counterparts having. We want everything that they have. We want everything that America has freely handed out to others. But we have been denied as people of color, as descendants of enslaved African people, as the native people have been. So we want to make sure that we are not just standing up for one individual, we are standing up for all those who have died before at the hands of the police. We want to make sure that we continue to know that it's because of them, even locally, that we can organize so well here, because of those who's already gone. And every time they take one of our loved ones, one of our people, one of our community members, whether we know that person or not, it has an impact and it ripples through our soul and through our hearts. So we have to remember all of those who have come before, all the blood that's on the ground, all the blood that's in the automobiles that's shed by law enforcement. And just as they have continued to train their police officers, sending them over to Israel, getting militarized tactics and training, we're getting better too. So remember that. We've got a better system than we've ever had before. We're able to better protect our people. And we are out here in these streets. We have better sound. We have better equipment. We got better marshals, better motorcycles. So we're getting better too, right? Yesterday I saw people out with umbrellas, people out with leaf blowers. That's what we need. We're getting better too, right? So we're going to continue to train. We're going to continue to grow, continue to get better, continue to look out for one another and hold the police accountable. And we're not going to allow them to continue to show us and act like our lives do not matter. Because we know it's not about the actions of Dante, right? We know it's because he was a black man. That's why, because we see white men fight with police officers. We see white men shoot and kill multiple police officers, and they're all still taken alive. We see police officers chasing white men, but they just shoot and kill us in the back. We want what they get. We want to live when we have encounters with the police. So we want what they get. And we have to demand it. So we have to make sure that they understand we're for real out here. This is not a joke. This is not a game. We put our lives on the line. We put our records on the line. This means our housing when people look us up for a job, for arrest. So I also want to bring attention to the 645 plus people arrested in Kettle on 694 back in November. So we want to make, on 94, I just got off 694, what am I doing? On 94, right, we want to make sure that we put pressure on them as well to drop those charges. Also want to make sure that we remember those who arrested out in Oakdale in front of Derek Chauvin's house and arrested. I was in both groups, right? So we want to make sure that we're standing up, we continue to stand up. Got to make sure if I take an arrest, I take an arrest. It just is what it is. I already know that's my fate. So you decide your fate. Thank you for being out here.
If Dante don't get it, if Dante don't get it, if Dante don't get it, I said if Dante don't get it, I said if Dante don't get it, I said if Dante don't get it, give it up for the president of the NAACP Minneapolis, Angela Myers, y'all.
Thank you. My name is Angela Myers, and I'm the president of the Minneapolis NAACP. So I want to see, raise your hands if you ever had expired tabs. Raise your hand if you ever had a suspended driver's license.
Everybody.
I'ma say this. These are crimes, okay? Why the fuck do they need to be crimes? Why do we need to renew our tags every year?
They gotta meet their quota.
Why? For revenue. So the state can get money off of us. Every year we have to pay for tabs. When you don't get it renewed, they fine you. Another way for revenue. When they arrest you, they fine you. Another way for revenue. When they kill you, they get paid no matter what. They are benefiting off of our deaths. The state benefits off of us being hyper-policed, over-policed. The city of Minneapolis, 16% are drivers, but 40% of the traffic stops are African Americans. It ain't right. The police, they stay up in Rondo neighborhood in North Minneapolis, in South Minneapolis, where the black folk live, because they know that, okay, we can pull them over, look up their name, and if they got something on them, ooh, we can find them. Ooh, we can arrest them and get more money. They used to have quotas, where at the end of the month, you don't want to be black and driving. Okay, because they'll arrest you and get the money to fund their prisons, their schools, their housing complexes, them and their lives, their homes in Florida, them. While our communities got potholes, while our communities got violence, while our communities, kids ain't even going to school because the schools ain't open, and they don't even want to teach our kids when the schools are open. So let's talk about it. We are talking about the whole damn system is guilty as hell. Okay, that's everything. Thank you all.
Give it up for John Thompson, y'all.
I got 3 minutes to tell y'all something. Hey, somebody, if y'all running to Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, tell them I said, get an apartment here, because this is going to happen again and again and again. And every time y'all leave this summer, they still going to be shooting black men in their arms. They still going to be shooting black men in their arms with ketamine right here in the state of Minnesota, y'all. Y'all didn't know that. We forget. Here, this is what I wanted to tell y'all. This brother was pulled over because of a expired tab. I got expired tab right now. I done had it. My tab's been expired since April of 2020. Right? It's a backlog on expired tabs. Welcome to being black in Minnesota. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Here we are. Welcome. Here we are. Listen, we were here in 2016. We were here in 2017. We were here in 2018, 19, 20, 21. We failed George Floyd. We failed this young brother here. We failed Philando Castile. We failed him. We failed them because we allowed the police departments all across this state to stack the deck on us while we out here putting our boots on the ground. They putting our boots on our neck at the legislative body here. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Listen, it starts with you got expired tabs, or your headlight is out, or you forgot that your blinker not working. And then when they get you over to the car, they say, oh, we smell weed.
That's how you killed Sandra Bland.
Oh, by the way, he got a warrant. Oh, but wait, where's the ticket? A traffic stop should not amount to a damn death sentence. This brother was executed in the middle of the street, and now they want me. Y'all, I'm doing good so far, right? I ain't cursed. They want me to shut the fuck up. Y'all got me fucked up. Yes, I am an elected official, by the way. I am John Thompson. I am a state representative. And I represent the people. And the people say y'all can shut the fuck up with that bullshit y'all trying to show us around this goddamn place. We sick and tired of y'all telling us how to be sick of this racist ass bullshit. We sick and tired of y'all telling us to be tired of racism. That brother was fucking racially profiled just like Philando Castile and he got his damn body blown up. She didn't forget that she didn't have her taser. You know what the fuck a Glock feel like? You know what a Glock feel like? You know what a taser feel like? Just one more second. The people, when the people say they sick of your shit, the people will show you they sick of your shit. You spend all this money on fences, barbed wires for the police, and we right here because of the police. How about you take all the money you spent on this and put it in the community for the people? Can we get some culturally competent tutors in our community? Can we get some culturally competent mental health workers in our community? Can we get some goddamn money in our goddamn community so we don't need no public safety? Start funding in our people, and then we don't need y'all to fund public safety in our community, because if a brother don't feel the warmth, that's an African proverb. If the brothers don't feel the warmth of the community, what will they do?
Burn the village!
Say it again. If the brothers don't feel the warmth of the community, what do they do?
Burn the village!
I'm not telling y'all to burn a damn thing. I ain't never burned nothing down in my life. I ain't never been violent in my life. But anytime a 6'3" brother say he's sick of bullshit, they got a name for him. They had a name for Martin. They had a name for Malcolm. They had a name for Fred Hampton. And when they finished naming him, they put a bullet in his body. I'm sick and tired of racism. And if y'all tired of hearing my goddamn voice, stop giving me a reason to come out here. All power to the motherfucking people.
I want to start by greeting you all with greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessing be upon you all today. I always ask the question whenever I start, are you here today?
Yes! Yep.
I'm not sure. Are you here today?
Yes!
There's a lot of people watching right now and they're not here, so I'm talking to them. Are you here?
Yes!
If you're watching, you should be out here right now. If you're watching, you should be with us right now. There's a people who come from a lot of parts of this city and this state who are here right now. If this is your first time being in a protest, raise your hand. All right. I see you. 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 Welcome. 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 All right. If you have been marching with us this past summer, raise your hand. All right. All right, put your hand down for a second. And if you've been marching in the 60s, please raise your hand. If you've been marching in the 60s or 70s or 80s and you're with us, raise your hand. All right. Right here. This has always been about us. We have marched, we have protested, but we are tired of marching and protesting. This country has been built on the back of injustice against Native Americans, the genocide of Native Americans, the enslavement of African Americans, and today the incarceration of people of color all over this country. People do not get incarcerated by accident. It's not a taser. People get incarcerated because police racially profile people of color. Today, this country incarcerates more people per capita than anywhere else in the world. And if we incarcerate more people than the rest of the world, we also kill more people of color than the rest of the world. We also export violence all over the world. That's why I'm here. I came from Somalia, a place that's really nice and warm. But I'm here today because the United States messed up with my country and forced me to be a refugee. And I'm here, and I'm tired of being a refugee. I'm not going anywhere. But I want to tell you something. The day I landed at the Minneapolis airport, I didn't know, but that was the last day I was Somali, because I became a black man in America.
All right.
And we are gathered here right now, many of us, to deal with our emotions of what we saw, who live in this state and in this country. So when we talk about who's the problem, we are the problem. We have allowed our tax dollars to kill our brothers and sisters, but I say no more. I say no more. I want you to know that when Dante was killed, the community, his neighbors came out.
Listen.
People from St. Paul and all parts of the Twin Cities came out on that street, demanding justice, grieving on there. And when we came out here last night or the night before, we came out to share our frustration. And instead we were met with brutality. We were met with live almost ammunition. We were met with seeing our brothers and sisters being hit with projectiles. And the entire community, all the people who live in this neighborhood, having to be terrorized by what was happening. But I'm going to tell you something. This picture that we are seeing right now is a picture that many people who have been marching in the 60s saw, in the 70s saw, in the 80s saw, in the 90s saw, and in the 2000s, and the 2010 and 2020 now. But I'm going to tell you the picture is starting to look a little different. And that is people are ready. We 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 are ready.
We are ready.
We are demanding, as the mayor asked the governor of the state of Minnesota, and we were on a call just earlier, to assign a special prosecutor and charge this officer with murder. We want her in chains now. If you want peace, we demand justice. If you want peace, we demand justice. None of us would get the luxury of what she has gotten. She's got a military protecting that building. You see that she is being protected by even the city manager that got fired, and the police chief that is going to be fired as well. But I'm going to tell you something. It's the people who made that happen. It's all of you showing up that made that happen. And it's us who's going to make the changes that are necessary to happen. So here's the biggest ask, and I'm going to end here. We're going to walk toward the FBI building. I want to say something about that. The Muslim community gets terrorized by the people in that building every single day in the city of Minnesota, and the state of Minnesota. In my office, we handle about 150 cases of people who are profiled and visited by the FBI in recruitment for them to become informants. And that is perhaps less than 1% of the actual visits. And if you want to know the truth, I want you to Google the one black FBI agent who's in prison right now for leaking a document that said that they profile us. He leaked a document to The Intercept, and right now he's in jail, and that is the only black FBI agent in that building. And when he said very clearly that they treat people of color different, and he could not take it anymore, so what did he do? He leaked the policies that were in play to treat us as not being human. This is going on everywhere, whether it's that building or the building we're going to walk nearby or all the other buildings that are happening. So I want to ask you one thing, and I'm going to end with that. I want you to make a promise, because I don't want you to show up to a protest and take a picture or think that you did something. You didn't do anything today. You just showed up. It's important, but you just showed up. I need you to make a commitment to Dante's family. I want you to make a commitment to George Floyd's family. I want you to make a commitment to Kim Handy Jones' family. I want you to make a commitment to all the families that you are not going to stop. Protesting doesn't have to end this moment. You need to continue and demand justice in your city. Wherever you go home, you can start a march there. Wherever you live, you can have a conversation. Whatever faith you are, talk to your church, your synagogue, and your mosque, and ask them, why are they not here? Why are they not demanding justice? We need to build this movement, and it takes people who have the courage to show up right here. So if you believe in justice, if you care, if you feel that frustration, if you have that emotion in your belly right now, take that home. And with that I say, as every time, we are always going to demand justice by any freaking means necessary.